Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for your interest in today's webinar. We have in the audience today entrepreneurs from a different type of industries, from a variety of business sizes, micro, small, medium, and entrepreneurs who are in different parts of their entrepreneurial journeys. All here with a common interest of learning more about digital skills. My name is Sheel Shah. I am the head of strategy and operations at Kepsa. Kepsa is a digital financial ecosystem that enables micro and small businesses access fast and affordable financing to support their various working capital and growth needs. But at Kepsa, we understand that access to finance is only one of the problems that underserved MSMEs face. We strive to support entrepreneurs in their other needs through our partners and ecosystem. And that is the main reason I am here today. I am the MC for today. I hope that by the end of today's session, you will all come away with a high level, at least introductory understanding of the different digital skills and especially how you can get started to get online. How these digital skills could be useful to you and your businesses, and what you can do to pick up these skills. And to help us with that goal today, we have three speakers from Kepsa, from KBA, and from Africa 118, all of whom I shall be introducing to you shortly. In terms of the flow of the webinar today, so you know what to expect, we have a total of up to 1 hour today. I shall first ask two of the speakers to make their opening remarks in about 3 minutes, and then we shall jump on to the digital skills training session. And finally, we shall then go on to a question and answer session with the speakers. Just some housekeeping in terms of question and answers. Please put your questions throughout the session at any time. You can put them on the chat area on the right-hand side of the video on the YouTube channel. Great. So to kick off, I would like to first introduce Roslyn Gino. We have had a last-minute change as Nuru Mugambi is no longer able to attend. And thankfully, we have Roslyn here with us. Thank you very much, Roslyn, for stepping in on the short notice. Roslyn is a senior communications officer at KBA, Kenya Bankers Association. She has been instrumental and provided leadership as a project manager in the rollout of the Inuka Enterprise Program, which has served over 4,000 MSMEs. Roslyn, I will now pass it over to you for about 3 minutes to take us through why you see digital skills as being important as part of the work you're doing at KBA. Please, over to you, Roslyn.
Thank you so much, Sheel. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining this session. As you've heard from Sheel, my name is Roslyn Gino from the Kenya Bankers Association. We're really glad to partner with Google, Kepsa, and Kepsa in this training session on how to enhance your Google digital skills to grow your business. Indeed, under the Inuka program, one of our main objectives is to impart knowledge to MSMEs so that they can expand their market reach. Today's training will achieve this. So happy learning, and over to you, Sheel.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Roslyn, for those opening remarks. I'm sure we shall have at least a couple of questions for you from the audience, and I shall share them with you during the Q&A session. Great. Next, we have Valentine Wambui from Kepsa, Kenya Private Sector Alliance. At Kepsa, Valentine leads private sector engagement for the Ajira digital program. And their work is about accelerating the use of technology by women and youth in their everyday work. Through digital and digitally enabled jobs, they're addressing the challenge of unemployment by helping increase incomes for young entrepreneurs and where possible, creating new job opportunities. Welcome, Valentine. Over to you, please, to tell us more.
Thank you, Sheil, and it's a pleasure to be here. As mentioned, I'm Valentine and I work at Kepsa, that's the Kenya Private Sector Alliance. That is the voice of the private sector, and our role is to bring together everybody within the business environment and make sure that we are able to address the challenges that might be inhibiting what you as a business owner are able to do, and more specifically addressing those challenges, whether they come from a policy perspective or improving the general business environment. And key to us has been a focus on MSMEs specifically, and this drove us to participate in the Ajira Digital Program, that's the brainchild of the Ministry of ICT, together with the Mastercard Foundation. Under this program, we are keen on empowering youth and women as entrepreneurs and seeing how we can support you to grow your business as whether you're a micro, a small, or medium enterprise, and seeing how you leverage digital technologies and solutions such as what Google is offering you to allow you to, in the wake of COVID, make sure that your business is able to at least stay stable, if possible, allow you to even grow and thrive with the opportunities that are there in the digital economy, and consequently be in a position to create additional job opportunities or maintain the jobs that you have. It's a pleasure to be here as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Valentine. I'm sure we shall have some questions for you too during the Q&A session. Now we shall have our first of two polls. You will see a question pop up, and we would love your response to that question. The question is your business online? Yes or no? How do you answer this question? To answer this question, please go to menti.com and enter the 7-digit code 6294741. That is menti.com, menti.com, on your web browser. And on that page, you can then enter a 7-digit code 6294741. After which you will be able to answer the poll question. I'm just going to give you all a minute to go ahead and answer the question. Just to repeat, the poll question is your business online? Simple yes, no question. How do you answer the question again? Go to menti.com and enter the 7-digit code 6294741. So I'm just going to wait a few seconds to start seeing some results coming in. Right, so we're still waiting for the results. Please go to menti.com on your web browser. As soon as you go to that, you'll be able to enter the code there in front of you, 6294741. And you will be able to answer the question, is your business online? Just going to give it another 20 seconds or so. Right, looks like we're getting results coming in now. So I'm just going to give it a final 10 seconds before we close the results. All right, so we have 44% who have said that their business is online. And we have 50%, 56% who have said no. The number is changing. Okay, so we have 33%. So let's call that the final poll now. 33% of you have said yes, that your business is online, and 67% of you do not have an online presence. So majority of you seem not to have an online presence. This is great for those that do not have an online presence. We shall now be moving on to the training session that will explain exactly how you can start to get online. For those that do have an online presence, you will be able to understand how you can reinforce your learning and tap into any missing opportunities as well. So aptly, I would like to introduce to you Wilfred Omondi from Africa 118. Wilfred is the project manager for the Google My Business project at Africa 118. This is an initiative from Google to ensure 500,000 business profiles are verified and managed on Google My Business in sub-Saharan Africa, with a major focus in Kenya, Nigeria, and South Africa. Prior to this, Wilfred was a digital marketing consultant, lead trainer, and assistant project manager for Google Digital Skills for Africa. He was able to train and mentor more than 4,000 MSMEs within Kenya on making the most out of the web. Wilfred is very passionate about empowerment of the youth and MSMEs through technology. He is today's digital skills expert. So Wilfred, the floor is yours.
Great. Thank you so much, Shil. Thank you so much, Valentine. And thank you so much, Roslyn, for the introductions that you've done. Also, thank you to our audience who've joined us today and for creating time to be with us on this training session, whose topic is how you can be able to enhance your digital skills to help you grow your business. As I have been introduced, my name is Wilfred Omondi. I work at Africa 118, where I lead the Google My Business project. And the main aim is to help businesses to be visible online. So how good is it to start this session with a question that was asked whether your business is online or not? And I'm glad that there are those who are already online and there are those who are not online already. The good thing is that for today's training, we have something for you. Out of this session, you will be able to pick at least one or two things that you can start implementing to help you grow your business. So for today's training session, I've structured it in 3 ways. So I'll be starting with what Google My Business profile is, and then I'll show you why it's important to have a Google My Business profile. And then lastly, we'll look at how you can set up your Google My Business profile. So starting from the beginning, which is what is Google My Business as a profile, as a business profile. So I'm sure that quite a number of us have been able to go online and maybe look for direction to a place that you don't have an idea of where it's located. And probably you went to your Google Maps application and typed in a location where you wanted to go to, and you're able to see that you are directed from where you are to the place where you are going to. On the other hand, there are people, again, who have looked for services online on your browsers, where you're looking for, let's say, a service that is being offered, and you're able to see business profiles coming up. So what you're able to see on your screen, that is what we call Google My Business as a platform. So this is an online business profile that gives you access to 2 important Google platforms, which is Google Search and Google Maps. So Google Search, that is where you ideally go to look for any piece of information online. And Google Maps, that is where you'd go to look for navigation if you want to move from point A to point B. So once you have a business profile on Google, then you get access to these 2 platforms, which are very, very important. The beautiful thing about it is that it's free. So I'll be coming to why it's important, apart from the fact that it's a free tool that you can use. And we'd like to look at just that. So here is an example of how your business profile would look like once you've put it on Google. So you'll have your business name, you'll have pictures that you can upload, you'll have direction linked to it, and additional basic information about your business. So I'm sure some of you are familiar with this, and even if you're not familiar with it, we'll be able to explore more so that by the end of this session, you have learned something. Okay, so I'm assuming that everyone now understands what Google My Business profile is. So we'd like to look at why it's important. Okay, so you think that you can't be able to put your business on Google. So why would you take such a decision to put your business on Google? And I'll start with one of the first thing, which is always the analytics. So from a study that was done, it has shown that if you have your business profile on Google or on Google My Business, then you're increasing your chances of making a purchase by 29%. So it means if, let's say, you are selling at 100 shillings in a day without having your business on Google, then if you put it on Google, then you are having more likelihood that you increase that sale by 29%. So instead of just having 100 shillings at the end of the day, you'll be having 129. So that is growth. That, as a business owner, should be your objective. And by putting your business on Google, ideally, you're growing your business. In addition to that, you have a 38% that people will come to your store to make inquiries or to make purchases. So when they come to make inquiries, it means they have intention of buying. If they come to make purchases, it means your business is growing. So that is the first reason why you need to have your business profile on Google. And then we'll look at the second bit, which is very, very important in terms of analytics. So I always give this analogy that if you are going, let's say, to the CBD, if you're using the means of transport, which can either be a car or maybe the matatus, you'll always get traffic. And when you're in traffic, you'll find people who walk along and selling stuff. So I always ask myself, why do they do that? Why can't they go maybe to a street where there's nobody and start selling there? The reason is very, very simple. It's because there is traffic along where there's a traffic jam. So because there is traffic in that area, in other words, there is population that they can sell to, that is why you'll always find them at that point selling. And the same thing applies here. You'd like to put your business profile where there is traffic. So let us look at the traffic that is generated by Google My Business as a platform. In a month, we find that there's close to 100 billion website visits. So just imagine 100 billion people visiting that site alone, looking for services. And if you have your business there, then it means you will be getting part of this traffic coming to your store. In addition to that, there's about 1 billion calls that is generated. So these are people who checked online, they found your business profile, and they're making phone calls to do inquiries of either the product or services that you're offering. In addition to that, there's about 3 billion direction requests, and these are people who are looking for direction where you are located so that they can either come to make a sale or to make an inquiry, which can then lead into a sale. So again, as we can be able to observe, there is traffic on Google My Business platform, and as a result, it's a platform that you need to be on as a business owner. Just also to highlight that in a research that was done in September of this year, Google as a platform had a 97% market share. So this means that if you look at the Kenyan market, those who are going online to look for information, 97% of them go to Google. So again, just to highlight the point that it's important to have your business platform on Google. I'd also like to look at some of the reasons. Now, this one is more into product. So some of the features that the product offers that would strengthen the reason as to why you need to be on Google as a platform. So we'll start looking at the first one, which is the ability to stand out. I'll explain in details how that happens. It also offers you the ability to engage with your audience. And then lastly, it offers you with analytics. And we'll see how we can be able to use that to help us as a business. So starting with the first one, the ability to stand out as a business profile. So the fact that this platform allows you to share basic information about your business. And what are these basic information about your business? We are speaking about having your business name so that you can easily be identified. We are speaking about having your contact information so that once I'm interested in your service, I can reach out to you either to make a purchase or to make an inquiry. If I wanted to visit, we have your location linked to that platform. You can be able to input or to upload pictures of the services and products that you're offering for your business. So if you combine all this, then your business stands out. In addition to that, we are able to help you create a free one-pager website for your business profile. So as a business owner who's just starting up, you might not have the budget to have a customized domain. What we offer is give you a starting point by offering you a one-pager website. So if you include the ability to share basic information about your business, the ability to share photos of product and services that you're offering, and the ability to get a free one-pager website, then what you end up with is a profile that is standing out. Okay. Moving to the next one is the ability to engage with your customers. So once you've created your profile, you have gotten a free website, you've added basic information about your business profile, and you've added photos. So you need to start interacting with your customers. And how will you be able to do this? Google My Business offers you with a number of tools that can allow you to do that. We'll start with the first one, is that if you have a service or a product that you're offering, and you'd like to keep your audience up to date with that product or service, Google My Business offers you the ability to make posts related to that service so that you can share this post with your audience and they can get to know what you're offering. So it has the posting capability that allows you to put out a message about your business. In addition to that, once a customer has interacted with your business, they can always leave reviews based on the service they got. And why are reviews important? Because as a business owner, they give you feedback. And to the consumer, whenever you go online and you'd like to make a purchase, one of the things that a consumer will always do is look at the reviews that you have. So what are other people saying about your business? So that is why it's also important that you get reviews so that you have feedback based on how people are interacting with your business, but you also get consumers to give you feedback on the services that you're providing. In addition to that, it also allows you to have the messaging capability. So people can send you messages based on inquiries, and they can make follow-ups, let's say based on sales that you've done. In addition to that, they can ask questions. And then last but not least is the ability for them to make phone calls to your business store. So if you combine all these tools put together, they give you an opportunity to interact with your business, with your consumers, and get to know the kind of feedback that you're getting. And that can help you improve your business. Last but not least, I look at insights, and insights with an objective of helping you to find new customers. So the platform offers you with an internal analytics. So analytics is just a graph or a platform that allows you to know how people interact with your business. Okay? So when the platform collects this information, then as the business owner, you can then make sense out of that insight and then see how you can be able to improve your business. So one of the examples of the insights that you get from the platform is how many people are making phone calls to your store and which day of the week they're making phone calls to your store. In addition to that, you get insights like what are some of the search queries or what somebody could go online and type and then they land into your platform, what we call keywords. So when you have access to these keywords, then it can help you to figure out the message that you'd like to share with your audience. And if there are so many people who are using a specific keyword, then it means if you incorporate it into your business profile and the post that you make, then you get the ability to reach out to more people. So just to put a summary onto what I've discussed as to why it's important to have a Google My Business profile, we said that the first thing is based on statistics. If you have your business profile on GMB, then you have about 29% of making a sale. We looked at traffic, so the traffic that is driven through the platform. And what we saw was that there's huge traffic that is available on Google My Business. And as a business owner, you can ride on that. About 300 billion website visits in a month. We also looked at the product specifics, where we're looking at the ability to stand out. So having your basic information about your business, having photos of your business, and the ability to create a free one-pager website combined together gives your business the ability to stand out. We also looked at the function of interacting with your audiences or your customers, where we spoke about the posting capability, the messaging capability, the reviews capability, and the phone call capability. Last but not least, we looked at insights, where we saw that the platform collects insights that you can then use to help you grow your business. So at this point, I'd like to look at some of those few features that you can use. And I'll start with the first one. Once we have given you, or once we have helped you to create a business profile on Google, the first thing you'd like to do is to stand out. So making sure that your business information is as complete as possible. So how can you be able to do that? What you're seeing on your screen is the internal dashboard of a business profile. So what you'll need to do is just make sure that the information is updated. So what kind of information do you need to update? You need to have your business description included. You need to have your hours of operation so that when people come to your store, they're able to know whether at this particular point you are open or not. In addition to that, you need to put in a phone number that people can reach you on. If you also need to put in a website. And in this case, if you have a website that you've built already, then you can link it to your business profile. If you don't, then we can help you create a free one-pager website. In addition to that, you also need to list services and products that you are offering. So by ensuring that this information is filled, it helps you to stand out. And then that will help you in reaching out to additional customers. Another feature that you need to do, I spoke about the posting capability. So once you have created the business profile and we've helped you to verify it, you will have the possibility to make posts based on the services and products that you're offering. And whenever you make a post, this would go to your audiences. So if you talk of running, let's say a promotion, right now we're in the Christmas mood and quite a number of businesses have Christmas promotions. How can you ensure that this promotion that you are having for your customers reach to them? You can leverage on the posting capability of Google My Business. The other thing is the ability to collect insights. And I mentioned a little earlier that the platform allows you to collect insights that you can then use to help build your business further. One of the insights that you get, I mentioned, was the search terms that people use to find your business profile. So one of the ways that you can use this information is when you're doing your posting, when you have an offer and you're trying to reach out to your customers to let them know about this offer, what you can do is pick on some of these common keywords that people use to get to your profile and incorporate them in the text that you want to share. So if you do that, then you get a wider audience, and having a wider audience meaning so many people are able to see your offer, and that can lead into a sale. In addition to that, the kind of analytics that you get, you're able to know how people find you. So whether they're finding you on maps or they're finding you on search. Okay, so there's quite a number of insights that you get from the platform that you can then use. Last but not least is the insight in terms of reviews. So as I mentioned earlier, it's very, very important that you get reviews from the customers that you've interacted with. And this one, first, it gives you feedback as the business owner to help you improve where there needs to be improvement and to even do more where you're doing more. In addition to that, having reviews on your profile also give you a leverage in terms of when your profile shows up. So when I look for services such as, let's say, digital marketing services in Nairobi, there are so many businesses that offer digital marketing services. But if I have good quality reviews, then that gives me a step ahead amongst the others. So that is why it's important that you make sure that anytime somebody, once you've created a business profile, whenever you've interacted with a customer, you request them to review your business based on the service they got. So those are some of the few tools that once you get your business profile created, you can then start to explore. So at this point, I've shared what Google My Business profile is, and I believe that everybody now is on the same page. They know what that is. I've also shared reasons as to why you need to have a business profile. And at this point, I believe that quite a number of us are convinced that they need to have a Google My Business platform. So how do you go about the process of getting a Google My Business platform? And that would be the last section of my presentation, where I'll be discussing how you do that. Okay, so working in collaboration with Google, Pesesha, Inuka, and Kepsa, we have built a process that will help everyone who's on this call, who's watching us live today, to be able to get help in terms of creating a business profile. It's a very simple step. So what we'll require you to do is go to the link bit.ly/GDSA training. You can see it on your screen. You can also look at the chat section of the video feed that you're watching now. You'll be able to see that link pinned on the chat. So just click on that link, and it will require you to fill in some few information about your business. And this information is what will help us to help you create a business profile. So we'll ask you for information like, what is your business name? What is your business sector? Give us a few description or a short description about your business. Share with us your working hours. What is your location? So we'll collect this information, and we have agents that are just waiting so that they can help you in terms of creating the profile and verifying it on your behalf. So once we have verified that profile, then we'll send you an invitation using the email address, which again we'll be collecting. So we'll send you an invitation on your email address so that you can take ownership of that profile. And it's very important to take ownership of your profile, because that is how it allows you now to benefit from some of the reasons as to why you need to have a Google My Business platform, like making sure your information is up to date, sharing promotional posts with your audience. So once we've sent you that invitation, then what you'll need to do is accept it so that you have access to your business profile. And at any point, if you feel that you do have any questions that you'd like help on, please feel free to reach out. So I believe that the process is quite clear. We have a form that we've put on the chat button of the video that you're watching. Just click on that link, enter the information that is required, and we have agents here that will help you to create the business profile, verify it for you, and give you back ownership rights. So up to that point, I'll end my presentation and give you back the mic, Sheila. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Wilfred. That was a great session. Some very interesting insights, statistics showing the impact, getting online can have on a business. I personally am quite excited about the possibilities for entrepreneurs taking forward their digital journey. So thank you very much for that. We shall be jumping on to the Q&A session in a minute. And just a reminder to everyone in the audience, please type your questions on the chat box on your YouTube screen. We've already seen a few questions coming in, so we'll be jumping on to those in a minute. Before we move on to the Q&A session, we have a second poll for all of you. And I'll just wait for that poll to come up. The question is, what additional training would you be interested in? Again, how do you answer the question? Please go to menti.com and enter the 7-digit code 6294741. That is menti.com, menti.com on your web browser. And then please enter the 7-digit code 6294741, after which you will be able to answer the poll question. So I'm just going to give you all a minute to answer the question. And the question once again is, what additional training would you be interested in? The options there are digital marketing, social media marketing, e-commerce/selling online. Please go to menti.com and enter the 7-digit code in front of you. So I'm just going to give about 20 seconds for some results to start coming in. Yeah, just thinking about the other different digital skills training options. I can't wait personally to sign up for a few of them. I'm certainly lacking in those skills, and I'm sure there might be a question or two for Wilfred on that. So yeah, just waiting for the questions to for the responses to the questions to come in. Please go to menti.com on your web browser and enter the 7-digit code 6294741. And there you will be able to answer the second and final poll question. Okay, I can see some results coming in. I'm just going to give it another 10 seconds or so before we close the poll. Okay, I think that's it. We have the poll almost closed now. I can see from the results, most of you actually would like to be trained on e-commerce/selling online. And a similar number of you would also like to be trained on digital marketing. And there's still a couple of you as well who would like to be trained on social media marketing. So fairly even spread, quite evenly spread, but certainly interest in all three areas there. Okay. So I imagine this will not be the last you will hear about these training sessions. And I'm sure that Google and Africa 118 will be listening to your responses and soon arranging other sessions with you, all based on your stated preferences. So now it's time for the Q&A session with the speakers. I have seen some questions coming through from the audience, so thank you very much for that. Please keep them coming on YouTube, online, on the chat area next to the video. Right, so to kick off, maybe I'll start with a question for Wilfred. Wilfred, one question is, what are the costs involved in the Google Market platform?
Great. Thanks so much for the question. I believe this is coming from Oyugi Olilo. And I think for today, what we are discussing is, or what we've been discussing is Google My Business as a platform. And the good news is that for you to be on that platform, it's absolutely free. You don't need to pay anything to be on the platform. So as long as you've provided us with the information that is necessary to create your business profile, we'll go ahead and create that business profile and give you access. In addition to that, you can get a free website that I mentioned, give you access to it. and then you'll be ready to start promoting your business on that platform. But just in case you'd like to enhance that, there are quite a number of ways that you can be able to do it, starting with maybe having a professional customized website, which again you can just check out and see what are the market prices for that. But it's a possibility you can have. In addition to that, you can also decide to start running advertisements. So advertisements in this case is where you say that I have this kind of audience, let's say somebody who's between 25 to 30, and they must be, let's say, a female living within Nairobi. I'd like to reach out to them. So you put in a little money so that you can use these digital platforms to help you reach to that person. So again, that is a possibility that Oyugi you can explore. Just to mention that currently we do have a special offer for that, where we support you in terms of running those ads, which is Google Ads. And on that offer, we'll help you to set up your ads and then help you run it for 1 full month at no cost. And if you put in 5,000 for that month, then we'll add you an additional 5,000 so that you end up with 10,000 Kenya shillings. So I hope I've responded to you, Oyugi. Back to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Wilfred. Thank you for that. Just still on you, Wilfred. So there's a question here from Peter Jeru. So he says, I am a shop owner looking to scale up my business to an online platform in the near future. How would this impact on my business and logistics?
Yeah, so again, thank you so much, Peter, for the question. Once you have your business on Google, My Business, and you'd like to scale up, so you're looking at the kind of impact that you'll get on your business and also on your logistics. So I think the first thing is that in terms of the impact on your business, definitely you will grow. Why? Because being on that platform will give you a 29% possibility of making a sale. So if you are making your current sale, being on Google My Business will increase that. There's a likely that it will increase that by 29%. So definitely your business will grow. In terms of logistics, again, I believe that you'll not have to put in more effort in terms of logistics, because on the digital platforms, I think one of the questions that was asked is the kind of knowledge that you'd like to acquire. And I'd highly recommend that on our next training session, which will be on e-commerce, you need to register for that so that you can leverage on the possibilities of e-commerce, which one of them is just making sure that your logistics are optimized so that you don't have to spend so much on logistics. So in terms of impact, number one, I'm sure your business will grow. In terms of logistics, again, embracing the digital space, you can be able to be efficient in terms of the logistics by embracing an e-commerce platform.
Thank you. Thank you again, Wilfred, for that. We have a question here from Forstinet44. So I'm going to pass this to Valentine of Kepsa. The question is, my business is seriously hit by the corona pandemic. How can you help me revive my business financially? And I'd also welcome you, Valentine, to talk a little bit more about the Ajira digital program you have.
Thank you very much, Shil, and that's a great question. And it's something that we have had from a lot of SMEs from March and April. And at Kepsa, we've put in a couple of measures to help such businesses thrive in this situation. And some of the things that we've put in place specifically focused on MSMEs has been to work with partners that are able to provide financing to businesses like yours with a 6-month loan that's now available from Kepsa at no commission, that we believe that during that 6 months is going to help buffer your income and allow you to keep running and maintain your cash flow. So please check out our website at Kepsa, and you'll be able to learn more about that business boost that's available to give you financial cash flow for at least 6 months so that you're able to navigate. Another thing that we've been able to do over at Kepsa is to bring together the industry titans. to handhold you and give you support during this time. So you can also catch some of our mentorship programs on Tuesdays and Fridays. I think this Friday we have Coffee with Manu Chandaria, and he's available to provide you with the mentorship that your business might require to help you navigate through these times. You can also take advantage of other offerings that are being made available to ease the overheads of running businesses in this time for you. So that's another way that you can look at it, because we do understand that with the measures that have come in to address COVID-19, of course, your business is going to incur additional overhead costs that were not there. So please look out for grants that are being made available to help businesses such as yours thrive, where, for example, in the last 1 month, we've been able to distribute 10,000 masks to SMEs and businesses with support from the Irish Embassy to make sure that you're not worried about adhering to COVID as you're running your business. And then I think the most important thing that you've already done to help your business in this time is just being in this session, because we do believe that the partnership with Google is key to helping your business move online. We've had you talk about there's less foot traffic. We've had you talk about by old customers are not buying anymore. And we think by you already making the transition to digital, you're on the right path to finding resilience in this time of COVID. So we're quite excited to see you make that first step. And please take advantage of all the other options that we are making available to SMEs like you at Kepsa. Thank you, Shil.
Thanks a lot, Valentine. I'm also just going to bring in Rosalind into the conversation as well. Rosalind, please could you tell us a little bit about the Inuka program?
Thank you, Shil. Thank you for that. So the Inuka program has been designed to de-risk SMEs to enhance their capacity to actually access bank finance. So if you do the training, you're actually linked up with a bank that you currently bank with, but you also have to have a legitimate business that has good standing, that can actually demonstrate that they're able to repay their loan. So we encourage the SMEs online to actually access the training through the virtual training through www.inukasme.co.ke. So thank you, Shil.
Thank you, Rosalind. And what do you look for? What are the requirements for entrepreneurs wanting to access the Inuka program?
So the training is actually free of charge. So there's no criteria that someone needs to meet to actually access the free training that has been fully sponsored by the banking industry. So it's free of charge. If you're an SME looking to scale up your knowledge skills in terms of how to better run your business, I'd encourage you to just sign up for the training. We're also actually offering like 1,000 Jumia gift voucher for anyone who registers between December 7th to December 20th. So kindly take that opportunity to do that so you can probably benefit from that. So there's no criteria. Though in terms of the loan, banks look at the 4 C's, that's character, whether you have collateral, whether you have the capacity to pay the particular loan, and also the condition. As you're well aware right now, the conditions currently at play because of the COVID situation, banks are a bit skittish in terms of lending risky businesses. So you'll have to demonstrate your ability to repay that particular loan. So that's how I'll probably advise in terms of accessing credit through the Inuka Enterprise Program. You have to be de-risked to actually be eligible for the loans. So thank you, Shil.
Thanks a lot, Rosalind. And just touching on that as well, I can see there's a few questions which are leaning towards access to finance, right? A lot of them are saying that one of the problems they face is access to finance. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about that from the point of view of Pesesha, and how we support businesses to access finance, and how this idea of businesses getting online can actually help their cause of accessing finance. And that's something you also touched on, Rosalind, from the point of view of the KBA. So similar to what you guys do, Rosalind, we at Pesesha also look at different criteria, capital, cash flow, conditions, and so on, right? The 4 C's. So what some of the things that getting a business online does, number one, it shows initiative, right? It shows that the entrepreneur is committed to the business, and what really that does, it adds to the score of how invested an entrepreneur is in their business. And that's where the capital factor comes in, right? Asking the question, how invested is an entrepreneur in the business? The other thing we look at deeply is cash flows. And by a business really getting online, we are able to then make projections for cash flows in the future that are potentially going to be more favorable when it comes to assessing revenues and profitability than a business that is not online, right? Because we can expect the business that goes online to be getting many more customers than businesses that have not got online. So just touching on a few questions I saw there about how they can how businesses can access finance, and certainly this journey about helping businesses getting online is certainly very helpful to that cause. Okay, I'm just going to now go back to Wilfred. Wilfred, there's a question here from Giohandro. He says the biggest problem in online business, it's all about trust. Trust is mostly built up if there's one-on-one interaction. So how can we address this challenge?
Great. So again, thanks once more for that question. So maybe just to start, that from what we've observed in the recent months, we are coming to realize that one-on-one interaction at some point can be limited. So in a case where you have lockdowns and people are not able to move, then the one-on-one interaction is almost killed. But that doesn't mean that the business has to stop. So what we've seen is the uptake of online platforms where people can be able to do businesses. So how can you build trust on the online platforms so that you're able to still continue doing business in as much as the issue of trust is there? So I'll be specific on the Google My Business as a platform. So one of the things that happens is that you cannot be on Google My Business as a platform without verification. Okay, so if you wanted your business profile to appear on Google, you have to be verified. So that is the first point where we ensure that businesses that are on that platform are businesses that are trustworthy. Okay, so that is the first step where we take in terms of ensuring that the business platforms are have some trust. In addition to that, it's not only us who are able to make sure that the business is trustworthy. You can't be able to provide all the information that is necessary, but then all of a sudden things change. So the ability, I spoke about the ability to have consumers to review your business. Okay, so if you have consumers, those who've interacted with your business, reviewing your business, then again, that builds trust. So the first point of trust is where we verify that the business actually exists and the information provided is correct. And then once you have the profile up and running, we rely on the feedback from the consumers. So making sure that you get reviews, and ideally that helps you to build trust. Yes, thank you.
Thanks a lot, Wilfred. And there's another question here for you from Monday Michael. Can businesses that work remotely be verified?
Absolutely, Monday. We can help you to verify your business, whether it has a physical store or an area of service. So you'll find that businesses that don't have or that work remotely, ideally there's a service, an area that they service. So for example, you could have a business that is remotely working maybe in Westlands, but their services can be accessed within Nairobi as a county. So that becomes your service area. So we can be able to help you map that business. And instead of putting your physical address where that could be your home, where you stay, we'll be able to just indicate that this business operates within this restricted area. So it can be in Nairobi, it can be in Kenya, or it can be in, let's say, Nairobi and Nakuru. So we'll be able to help.
Thank you, Wilfred. I'm just going to switch over to Valentine from Kepsa. So there's a question here from Nixon Samba. So there's a question saying, you have locked out men aged above 35, yet many are struggling to sustain SMEs. and employ many youths and women. Would you review your criteria?
Thank you very much, Nixon, for that question. And so one, when we do talk about youth, we are open to raising the and we entrepreneurs and businesses that are keen on, again, not really locked you out. There's still room for you to come in, because like we say, we know that if we support you as an enterprise, we have the multiplier effect of you being able to, one, create additional job opportunities and employ more. In this case, whether youth, women, at the end of the day, you're able to create more job opportunities and keep your business afloat. And being cognizant of this, you've seen us as Kepsa make a couple of changes. For example, we've recently introduced a criteria that allows micro and small businesses and startups to be members of Kepsa, realizing that yes, the private sector stands not just for enterprises, but also for any person who is doing business within the private sector. So that's another avenue for you to enter and participate and take benefit of the options that are available. You've also seen us support policy and regulatory moves that are there to make the business environment more favorable for entrepreneurs and businesses, such as the startup bill that will now protect entrepreneurs and young businesses and give you a voice in terms of what you're doing. So we are not locking you out. Like we say, for us, any enterprise that is there, you're welcome to come in and participate and show us the gaps that you have, the challenges that you have, and we are more than happy to support you to remain afloat and grow your business.
Thanks a lot, Valentine. And maybe one more question here for you, Valentine, and Roslyn as well. How do we narrow the gap for people without access to digital resources? You know, those who might not have laptops or adequate internet connections.
So I think that's a very important question, because we keep talking about digital access, but we realize that there's a gap in infrastructure, like you mentioned. Someone might not have a laptop, someone might not have the computer for us to do this. What's exciting for us is working with partners such as Google that are able to bring this technology and all the things that you would previously have thought you needed a laptop to do, that you can now do on your phone. So that's one of the key things that we're doing. And working with the Ministry of ICT, we are also bringing the connectivity closer to where people are. One of the things that we have done under the Ajira program is to create youth empowerment centers. And so these are centers that you will find around you at the county level, at the grassroots, where you can go in. If you don't have a laptop or computer, please walk into your nearest Ajira Youth Empowerment Center and make use of the computer infrastructure that has been made available. If your challenge is with the cost of internet activity, please also go into those centers and you have free Wi-Fi available for you to connect onto the internet and conduct what you're saying as businesses. And we do believe that, from my experience, the first step is in you setting up the infrastructure. But after that, most of those things we are really working with partners that will allow you to do them on your phone as it is. And so we really appreciate the effort that we are able to do in terms of being quickly able to have apps on our phone, including the tracking and the insights that Wilfred talked about, that you can now even manage from your phone without necessarily having a laptop. So please feel free to use the infrastructure that's being made available to you. And then also look out for these on-phone devices and apps that will help you manage your business.
Great, thanks a lot, Valentine. I can see that we just have about a minute left. What I'd like to do is maybe just ask all the speakers to give one last key takeaway in a few seconds. One last key takeaway for our audiences. Please go ahead, Roslyn.
Thank you, Sheil. Maybe just to add on to what Valentine has said, KBA does have face-to-face training through the Inuka program. So once the COVID situation has tampered down, we'll be able to probably roll out some of these trainings in different parts of Kenya. We're hoping to target at least 47 counties in Kenya. So so don't worry, we will reach you through the face-to-face training, and we are partnered with Chamber to do this. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Roslyn. Any last key takeaway from you, Wilfred?
Yes, so I think the first one is just to appreciate everyone for taking their time to join us today. I believe that you've learned one or two things that you can then go back to your business and implement. Make sure you reach out so that we can help you create your business profiles on Google. And last but not least, again, just to appreciate the partners that we have, Kepsa, Pesesha, Inuka, and Google for supporting us to make sure that this happens. The last one is just to respond, maybe for 20 seconds. There's a critical question that was raised by Calvin, who said that the ads are a little bit, the costs are high. So just to reassure you, Calvin, that the beauty about Google Ads is that you only spend what you have. So you can spend as little as, let's say, 100 bob, and the cost is all entirely on you. So if you want to spend 1,000, that is what you'll spend. If you want to spend, let's say, 100 shillings per day, that is what you'll spend, as opposed to other marketing channels that we have. And for now, we do have a wonderful incentive that is up and running in Kenya, where if you put in 5,000 to run your advertisements, then we'll give you an incentive of 5,000. So you'll end up with 10,000 to run your ads. In addition to that, we'll help you to run the ads for the first 1 month at no cost. So thank you so much for your audience today.
Thanks a lot, Wilfred. Thank you, Valentine. Thank you, Rosalind. And thank you, all the audience, for all the engaging questions as well. That's all we had for the Q&A session. But just to close, what I'd like to say is, we are in the midst of the pandemic, which is a health tragedy, which is a health tragedy and an economic tragedy, but is also an accelerator for digital transformation. So we need to use this moment to ensure that entrepreneurs, especially those in low-income countries like here in Kenya, they have a seat at the table and are able to harness the gains by learning digital skills. So that's all from us today, folks. Thank you all very much once again for your participation. Goodbye for now, and have a good day.